So we're back on the third video with Justin as we're kind of teeing him up on how to use the Prison Professor's Talent website. And Justin, you just told me you weren't able to log on, so I'm going to show you how to log on. So anybody that wants to see it, this is the project we're working on to have Justin begin building that you could see right here. We're just doing it on a Google Drive, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to log on. All you got to do, if you ever forget, is you just go to Prison Professors, because that's easy to see. Right? That's the Prison Professor's website. Go to Resources and go to Talent Profiles. There it is. From Talent Profiles, if I go up to that search bar and I type Justin Norcutt, there it is. There's Justin Norcutt. There's this good-looking, happy face. Okay? Nobody would know by looking at that face that this man was in prison for 22 years. But what's missing right now are all these sections. We just worked on his biography. And if you want to see the lesson on that, just watch the previous episode. If you want to see the journal entry, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And in the journal entry, you'll notice that I gave him this Google Drive, and I'm going to task him, learn to start making a journal entry. So this journal entry would simply say Saturday, right, March 30th, 2024. And Justin, as you and I were talking a minute ago, you were telling me something about some challenge. You said, should I write this or that? You should write everything because you are building the story of your life, and it's your story. It's not my story, right? It's your story. I can't write your story anywhere nearly as well as you can write it. I might be able to help you put it into words and sentences and paragraphs, but it's your story. So in a journal entry, I'm gonna give you a lesson, a real-time lesson on what that means. So tell me what you were just going to ask me before we were recording.
Well, I was for individuals looking at my story and what it's like getting out, how when I first was released from prison and I was job searching, how the first job I had was at, and I'm still there currently, Beeline Transportation. But unfortunately, I didn't have a CDL. I couldn't drive the buses, the charter buses, or the school buses even. So I started out at $16 an hour cleaning the buses out, detailing them, doing the toilets. And then I was like, this ain't enough. So I talked to my boss. He said, go get your CDL. I'll put you in a bus. You can start driving. So I took a month off of work. After I went and talked to Pima County One Stop, there was a gentleman there, really wonderful man named Curtis Stokeland, and he pushed the paperwork through and helped me get a $4,500 grant to go to Southwest Truck Driving School. I went there every day except weekends for a whole month, got my Class A, my doubles, triple tanker, my passenger. That jumped my income up to around $20 an hour, and then now I'm making 20 and 24 depending on the run. But it's all about getting off your butt and finding the resources to make shit happen.
So in a journal entry, that's where you would write this, right? And here's the way I'm going to write it. I'm going to write the first one for you, okay? And so I'm going to write, and I'm going to share my screen so people can see me doing this in real time. This is the project I'm working on with Justin right now to kind of teach him how to do it. So I'll make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. And I'm going to write, this is my first journal entry, right? I'm writing this entry because I want to memorialize the different ways that I am preparing for success. I'm very grateful that I have sponsorship to help me get to the next stage in my life. I wish that I would have invested more time while I was serving 22 years in prison. Unfortunately, I didn't get this message until I was closer to the end of my journey. In this program, I am learning to message that it is never too early or too late to prepare for success. I got that message after I transitioned from prison to a halfway house. When I got there, I found a job at what? I found a job at what company?
Beeline Transportation.
Beeline Transportation. Since I didn't have a credential to drive a commercial vehicle,
Yeah.
I had to take other jobs that were more entry level. For example, I had to clean the bus. I had to empty the toilets, right?
Yeah.
I had to empty the toilets. And I had to do anything that a supervisor requested. As a result of my commitment to succeed, the team authorized me to receive a scholarship, right? For $4,500.
Yeah.
It
I did
led
that through
to my
Pima
getting a
County
credential.
once,
Isn't that what you said?
Yep.
A credential. That credential helped me to increase my wage from $16 per hour to more than $20 per hour, which is about a 20% raise. That made a big difference in my life. But I didn't limit myself to only working the job. I also participated in the program, participated in the program that Prison Professors nonprofit made available, which allowed me to develop more skills using the LinkedIn Learning program. Because of that, as a result, I started to develop proficiency with computers and applications and business knowledge. From that program, I got another scholarship that will allow me to earn credentials.
Yeah, multiple credentials.
To become a licensed heavy equipment operator. Those skills will help me triple my income level. What I am learning from this project is that success comes in incremental stages. We've got to sow seeds today for the success we want to build tomorrow. I encourage you to follow along on my journey as I will update this journal at least once each week. I am looking forward to beginning my new heavy equipment training on Monday. Is that right?
Yep, April 1st,
on
Monday,
April the 1st, 2024. Awesome. Okay, so that's a journal entry, right? That's all it is. All we're doing is trying to invite people to follow along, because you cannot fake a pathway to success. If you memorialize this on Prison Professor's Talent, you'll be able to turn back to this and show, why are you worthy? When people say, oh, you were in prison for a long time, oh, you've got a felony, what you've got to develop is the strength to say, let me tell you why this is an asset for your organization. You see, there's one thing that all of us go through in life is we all face crisis. My crisis, I was in prison for 22 years. I did not adjust the way that I wanted to while I was in prison, but I learned skills at the end of my journey that helped me recognize how to overcome obstacles. And that's why I'm going to be enormously valuable to you, to your team, to this company. And that's why I want you to believe in me. And don't take my word for it. Look at my path. I documented it and memorialized all of it. How valuable is that to you on the job? When you're out there and you've got people, you want somebody who can memorialize what's happening. Because if something goes wrong on the job, you want to have a record of what happened. And that will help you with insurance. That will help you with other types of things. I'm that guy. I know how to do that. And that's what you want to be able to show. When you live that way, Justin, more opportunities open. Okay?
You're right, Michael.
And so I am asking you, take this seriously. That's what your journal is for. It's why you see me doing it right now. Okay? Yeah. So that's the journal. So I'm going to stop recording here, and then we're going to turn our attention to the last two sections.